it's really a time to focus and become way more aware of really what's happening. I know sometimes we get caught up in our own world, you know, and then a lot of us aren't aware of certain things, but let's not turn a blind eye in a time like this.
Wait, you're annoying.
They mean do it. ETA on the way. ETA on the way.
ETA what?
On the way.
Believe that.
It's just like yours.
Right now I got $4.6 million.
Well,
not after this moment.
Kinda.
Instagram new update, thank you.
That's what makes this life a journey.
Home family vacation.
This is Straight Up Crazy. Quincy Brown, Kim Porter's son, and Diddy's adopted stepson, completely broke down in court after a wild federal leak exposed some explosive new evidence linked to Kim's mysterious passing. What came out in that courtroom has people seriously questioning if we've been fed lies for years. Let's backtrack for a sec. Kim Porter had 4 kids. One of them is Quincy. His biological dad is Al B. Sure. But Diddy raised him like his own since he was just 3 years old. Even after Kim and Diddy split, they stayed tight, co-parenting and sticking close as a family. But ever since Kim died, folks in her inner circle have felt like something was way off.
The year of moving, the year of getting up, getting out, and getting something. That's how you grow. You're imprisoning yourself by staying in one place. Solitary confinement, that's what you're doing to your life.
Back in 2018, Kim was found dead inside her Los Angeles home. The official word, pneumonia. But not everyone was buying that story, especially not her ex, Al B. Sure, he's been saying from day one that Kim was in great health and high spirits before it all went down. Just days earlier, they were all together. Kim, Al, Diddy, and the whole fam, celebrating Quincy's big Netflix Christmas movie debut. Kim was glowing, dancing, laughing, full of life. No chronic conditions, no warning signs, nothing that pointed to anything serious. And that's exactly why her sudden death has always raised eyebrows. People close to her say it didn't add up then. And now, with this new court drama, it's looking even more shady. She was just 47, man. Al B, sure, swears Kim was in the best shape of her life. Then, out of nowhere, she was gone. No warning, no goodbyes, and no autopsy photos ever made public.
He was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, you know, all having a great time.
The coroner took weeks to even confirm what supposedly happened. And now in 2024, federal prosecutors just dropped a bomb. They found a flash drive Kim had given to a close friend before she passed. That drive, it's got a letter sealed for Quincy, notes about her final days, and maybe even some video files. But insiders say what's on it could blow the lid off way more than just family drama. Word is, it might expose some deep, dark secrets. Al B. Sure hasn't kept quiet either. He's been all over interviews and social media, pushing hard for an investigation into Kim's death. When asked if it was really pneumonia, he didn't hesitate, said absolutely not. He even hinted that Diddy, or someone close to him, might have played a part. And get this, in 2022, Al himself almost died from sudden multi-organ failure. He's convinced it wasn't natural. He thinks someone tried to silence him too, and now he's demanding answers.
Thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, you know, kind of warned me all along the way to, you know, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth, and I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Then out of left field came that so-called ghost memoir, a book called Kim's Lost Words that dropped on Amazon in September 2024. It claimed to be written by Kim from beyond the grave using her personal writings. But Al B, sure, called it fake. He said all of Kim's stuff, her phone, laptop, everything, was stolen after she died. And he believes those stolen devices were used to cook up a false narrative. Al told Fox 5 New York that Kim used to tell him straight up, "Watch your back around Diddy." That's not just spooky, that's serious. Al B, sure, said Kim was getting ready to speak out. She had things to reveal, and her timing couldn't have been more dangerous. Now, with the Fed stepping in and that flash drive finally in their hands, It's looking like he might have been right all along. Now fast forward to Quincy in court, and it got real. Quincy's been quiet for years, staying out of the drama, keeping things low-key. But this time, he couldn't stay silent. In a private court session, federal agents hit the room with a shocker. Kim's flash drive had been recovered, and when Quincy saw what was on it, he broke down, reportedly in tears. That stuff shook him. This man's been caught between two powerful father figures, Al B. Shore, his blood dad, and Diddy, who raised him. But Quincy's relationship with Al has been icy for a long time. On the anniversary of Kim's death, Quincy shared an old picture of just him and his mom. No Allie, no words about his dad, just love for Kim. Al tried reaching out publicly. He dropped a heartfelt message online saying the door's always open, but Quincy never answered. Instead, he made his loyalty crystal clear. In October 2024, he dropped a vlog hanging out with Diddy's other kids, laughing, jet-setting, all smiles like everything's cool. And guess who showed up? Diddy himself, shirtless, flipping pancakes like it's Sunday brunch.
Wait, you're annoying.
Good.
ETA on the way.
ETA on the way.
ETA what?
On the way.
Believe that.
It's just like yours.
Right now I got $4.6 million.
Well,
You feel me? Not after this moment.
kinda.
Instagram new update, thank you.
That's what makes this life a journey.
Home family vacation.
Right in the middle of all the chaos surrounding Diddy, TMZ dropped another bombshell. Word got out that Quincy and his brothers, Christian and Justin, nearly threw hands with Ray J at a Halloween party. Sources say it popped off after Ray J made some slick public comments about Diddy's arrest, and the brothers weren't having it. Things got heated fast. They chest bumped Ray J, got all in his face, ready to throw punches. It got so intense that Chris Brown had to jump in and break it up before it exploded. People weren't just shocked by the near fight, they were shook by how ride or die Quincy still is for Diddy. Even after everything that's gone down, the FBI raids on Diddy's homes back in March, Cassie's lawsuit, and that disturbing 2016 surveillance video showing Diddy putting hands on Cassie in a hotel hallway, Quincy stayed loyal. Kim's own father, Jake Porter, saw that hotel video and said he was straight up disgusted. He said what a lot of people are thinking. Something about Kim's death never sat right. He even questioned whether the whole investigation was being swept under the rug. But unlike Al B. Shore, Jake hasn't officially pushed for a new investigation, at least not yet. Meanwhile, investigators are digging through that flash drive, and get this, they say it's not just letters or journals, it also includes specific detailed info, and what they found could change everything. Before she passed, Kim was working on something big, and it wasn't just rumors. She allegedly told a close friend she was scared, like seriously scared.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She felt like she was being watched, followed, and even said her phone was probably hacked. That same friend claims Kim believed someone was tracking her every move. She wasn't just paranoid, she was collecting receipts. People think she was building a case, maybe even getting ready to go public, just like Cassie eventually did. Al B. Sure! Dropped a subtle hint, said Kim might have been walking the same path as Cassie. Some believe she was prepping to speak her truth, maybe even press charges. And if that's real, then her sudden death in 2018 doesn't just feel sad, it feels calculated. Prosecutors now suspect that after Kim died, her key tech, laptop, phones, even her journal were completely wiped. But not everything vanished. That flash drive? Just the start, and investigators think there could be more. People Kim trusted, friends, maybe even family, might still have pieces she passed on. And here's where it gets wild. Some prosecutors reportedly believe Kim may have been the original whistleblower in a major RICO case being built against Diddy. But before she could speak, she was gone. Then silence. Months passed and everything faded. Until now. That flash drive could crack the whole thing wide open. And Quincy, who's been loyal, kept his mouth shut, and stayed close to Diddy, might finally lose it when he realizes what's been hidden from him. He might find out he's been used this whole time. Al B. Sure isn't holding back anymore. He told Fox 5 he's ready to go all in, said Diddy put a bounty on him, tried to destroy his life, and most importantly, he believes Kim was murdered. And now, he's ready to say all of it in court. Now the streets are buzzing. Everybody wants to know what's really hiding behind Diddy's empire. The whispers aren't whispers anymore. With the flash drive in play and Al B, sure, stepping up to testify, people are digging deep. And it's not just the fans, insiders, reporters, even old industry heads are starting to talk. Sources say the flash drive may hold names, dates, even video evidence tied to multiple people in Diddy's circle. This isn't just about shady business deals or petty drama. It's potentially about crimes that go way deeper. Some claim the flash drive links to hidden bank accounts, offshore transactions, and coded messages sent through burner phones. The feds are reportedly looking into possible connections between Kim's info and the trafficking charges Diddy's now facing. Quincy, meanwhile, is caught in the storm. Behind the scenes, folks close to him say he's struggling. That breakdown in court wasn't just about grief, it was the weight of betrayal. If Kim really was trying to protect her kids and someone close made sure her voice got silenced, how does Quincy forgive that? He's been living under Diddy's roof, repping the Combs name, riding for the family. But was he living in a lie the whole time? Some say he's already distancing himself, deleted old posts, went quiet on social media, even skipped a few recent family appearances. Now, eyes are shifting to the people who stayed silent. All those celebrities, executives, and longtime insiders who were always around, suddenly they're acting like they didn't see anything. But folks online aren't letting that slide. Social media has been calling out the silence, asking, where were these voices when Kim was crying for help, when Cassie went missing from the spotlight, when lawsuits started stacking up? Even people who were tight with Diddy are starting to disappear. A few unfollowed him. Some are scrubbing old photos. Others are staying real quiet. Too quiet. It's giving cover-up energy, and people are noticing. Some insiders are even flipping, quietly feeding info to the feds, hoping to save themselves before the whole thing collapses. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is in panic mode. They tried brushing off that ghost memoir as fake and claimed the flash drive was full of lies. But the FBI came in swinging. They confirmed the metadata matches Kim's original devices. The timestamps? All check out. And that sealed letter to Quincy? Yeah, it's in her handwriting. No faking that. Now the courtroom's heating up, and Diddy's own kids are divided. His twin daughters reportedly stormed out during a recent testimony. Christian, Diddy's biological son with Kim, is barely speaking. Tensions are rising. But Quincy, he's still standing by Diddy, for now. But something in the air has shifted. Because if Quincy flips, that's it, game over. He knows everything. He lived under that roof. He saw the real Diddy. He was raised by him, but he was loved by Kim. And that sealed letter might be the thing that snaps him out of it. If the FBI digs up more devices or finds people who Kim trusted with backup files, Diddy's done. This case has grown way past just trafficking. Now it's about secrets, manipulation, death. And for Quincy, it's about facing a truth he's been protected from for too long. The trial's happening right now. Al B. Sure is locked and loaded, ready to speak. That flash drive is officially in evidence. And the FBI, they're reopening Kim Porter's case from the ground up. All eyes are on Quincy Brown, the one person who might be able to bring the truth to light. If you made it this far, drop a comment and tell us what you think Quincy's gonna do. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Because if this empire starts crumbling, we'll be right here breaking it all down for you. See you on the next one.